All right, everybody. Hey, I'm here at the Oakley, North Little Rock yard. It's Friday morning, about 9:45. This has been kind of a unusual week for me. I made a delivery Monday morning up in East Alton, Illinois, which is just on the east side of St. Louis. And it was a load of brass I picked up out at the Remington Arm Plants, just a few miles from here. Anyway, got it delivered early Monday morning, and then my engine light was on. And there's a Peterbilt dealership right there. It's about 20 miles from where I was at. Right there off of 255, going around St. Louis on the Illinois side. So I went down there, had them check it out, and it was some sort of a DPF sensor and a I forget the term. I had a tube back there that had a kink in it, was part of the problem, and a sensor that was bad, and some sort of a valve that was broken. So put it in the shop there Monday, got it out like mid-afternoon Tuesday. Then they sent me to the Hayti, Missouri Oakley fertilizer facility, which I'd never been to. Got a load of ammonia nitrate that I delivered to a place over in Alton, Missouri, southern Missouri. So I did that Wednesday morning. Delivered that Wednesday morning, or I'm sorry, I delivered that Wednesday afternoon, and then they just sent me back here to North Little Rock. Got here kind of late in the afternoon. So Thursday morning, I was able to go home Wednesday evening, and then Thursday morning, came out here and waited a couple hours for a load, and it was pouring down rain all morning. I mean, we had a heck of a rainstorm come through here, and that kind of shut down some of the shipping from around here. So finally talked to Manuel, my dispatcher, and I said, look, if it's easier, I'll just go back home, take another day off, and we'll try it again tomorrow, which is today, Friday. So I've had a couple of days at home unexpectedly, kind of a weird week, but he's got me on a good load here. I'm going to be driving about 25 miles from here to Bauxite, Arkansas, picking up a load of bauxite. I picked up there 2 or 3 times before, but it's been many months. And we're going to go out the back gate here. And it delivers Monday to Kearneysville, West Virginia. In fact, this was the very first load when I came out of orientation here at Oakley and was training with Robert. This is the first load we picked up and delivered. And then I'm pretty sure I've been there once on my own also since then. So we'll go get a load of bauxite. Coming out the back gate, You have to announce your entry and exit here because it's kind of tight coming off this road. Oh, got a car coming. But I wanted to mention I kind of took a break from doing videos. This is the first video I've done in 3 weeks or so. Just felt like taking a break. So since this will be my first load for next week, I thought I'd go ahead and get the camera out, do a little footage. So, but I wanted to mention my old buddy Jim, who went through orientation with me at Maverick several years ago. We both started our trucking careers as Maverick trainees. He stayed at Maverick about a year and then went and did a couple other things. You know, he's kind of like me. He went and bought his own truck maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think he's actually on his second truck. But he finally signed on with Oakley and just came out of orientation. I was texting with him earlier today. I was thinking he might be here on the yard where I could find him, but he was already picking up a load in Annapolis, Missouri that delivers to Joplin, Missouri. So I was giving him a couple of pieces of information about that. So congratulations there, Jim. He's doing end dump. And thanks again for using me as your referral. I greatly appreciate that. And speaking of referrals, I missed a call from Robert, who's another new driver that's been out there on his own now for probably 4 or 5 weeks. I missed a call from him. So I need to holler back at him and see what's up. So anyway, I'll try to get you some footage out here at this bauxite facility. It's going to be, you know, we had a ton of rain here yesterday. I mean heavy rain for several hours. So this place we're going to is probably going to be a mud pit mess. So I'm glad I didn't get my truck washed. It needs a truck wash, but I'm glad I didn't do it already. Might do it after this. But anyway, we'll see you out there. All right. So if you're coming out here, you're going to be looking for a big Granite Mountain Quarry sign back there on the main road. That's where you turn left. Use the directions that are in the order that the office sends you, because your GPS will bring you in totally differently. So like I said, it's been many months since I've been here. I've seen a couple of Oakley trucks heading out and several smaller dump trucks. Hopefully we can get out of here before any rain starts. Alright, so we got a red and white sign up here to the right saying Simcoa Scales. That's where we're going. Well, you can see the honeysuckle and the privet hedge is in full bloom now. You can smell it everywhere in the air. All right. I can see the warehouse, top of the warehouse over to the left. Just giving you a look of this to help you out if you've never been here. I haven't rolled my tarp off or anything. Okay, so you can see now we got a little green building up here to the left and the scale. So I'm going to hop on the scale, and there's usually a guy there in the little building that'll check you in, or he'll show up pretty soon anyway. And then you can see the big covered warehouse there to the right. We'll be going over there to get loaded. Trying to see if there's a CB radio channel 8, it says. Alright, right, so let me try to get checked in. Right, so the loader came up and went inside and got my weight, asked me where I was going, and let me put myself on yard move. And there's been a couple of trucks trying to scale out, these smaller dump trucks. So I only weighed about 31,400. Got about 3/8 of a tank of fuel, so I told him to leave me a little bit of room for some fuel. Man, I expected it to be a lot muddier here. They might not have got as much rain as where I live, which is only about, I don't know, 30 miles from here maybe. But they store the bauxite and maybe other minerals over here in this warehouse to the right. And in the past, when I've picked up here, you can see there's an entry and exit back there where that truck's headed. They've done a lot of work to this lot here, I will say. I'm very surprised that it's not a lot muddier. That's good. All right, so basically we're gonna loop around here and line up over here, and the loader asked me to remove, you know, most of my bows, you know, from the middle area. Of course, I got to roll my tarp back. Let's see. And he's going to put in, he said he'll try to get me up to about 73,000, and then I'll get on the scale and he'll come top it off. So that's good, that's good. So I'm not sure if he wants me to load from this spot or the next spot. So I'm just gonna get my tarp rolled off and we'll see. Several bows out of the way, and you can see the loader up there. He's way down on the end of the building. So I'll try to get out and show you some of this. But basically this bauxite looks like dirt. This load's going to a place up in West Virginia that I think they make insulation products. Roll my window down so I can hear him beep when he's got me in place. Alright, there's my beep. So he dumped in the first scoop. He said he'd probably put 3 scoops in and then we'll go see what it looks like on the scale. But that's what it is. Bauxite. It's pretty dusty when he dumps it in there, so I'm not gonna stand there end up with bauxite in my eyes. But there he is in there. And then, you know, we go back out that way to the scale and to get our paperwork. But I'll try to show you some of this. Pretty simple. Loads of dirt. All right, so we got one more and then we'll be going up to the scale. That's another truck talking to the loader. But that only took a few minutes. Get on here and see what we weigh, and then he's going to bring some more up here, top it off. He's right behind me, so this will only take a minute. I'm going to hop out and make sure my trailer and truck scales still have it balanced out pretty good. Morning. I've already climbed in and got my bows put back in place. Had to use my broom to level the pile out at the very top. You know, it had a peak that was up above the bows a little bit. Loader did a great job. There's a view from the back. Load of bauxite. Just got to roll my tarp back on. But yeah, he got me right at 79,500. It's a great job there. And got me a little over 38 on the trailer axles. And a little over 30 on my drive, so perfect. Hey, it's Monday morning, about 9:15. We're arriving here in Kearneysville, West Virginia. Getting pretty close to my customer. Remember, I've got this load of bauxite I picked up Friday in Bauxite, Arkansas. Let's see. Welcome to Rockwood. Oh yeah, this is my turn right here. North Point Avenue. I almost forgot about this turn because the GPS does not recognize this road. So you have to watch out for that. So I left out pretty early Sunday morning. Left there in North Little Rock pretty early Sunday morning. Drove about 10.5 hours. Made it into Virginia a little bit. And then I drove, I've driven about almost 6 hours today. Got a pretty early start this morning. They have some really nice landscaping through here, don't they? So I've been to this place, I think twice before. It's been many months. And the instructions say to turn into the second entrance. Looks like there's a few trucks in there already. This is the first entrance. Okay, yeah, this is it. Gate A, they call it. I see one Oakley truck over there on the scale, and a couple of dump trucks. Anyway, I'll have to talk to the guard here and get checked in, so I'll try to show you some if I can. The fellow there gave me some instructions, gave me a clipboard here and some sort of an electronic reader device that the scale machine's supposed to read. He was complaining about these other trucks in front of me getting on the scale too quick, so it was going to mess up the readout. Oh, guess that guy's going out. So the scale traffic all goes this way, so you have to loop around to scale out. All right, so he said there was he said to approach this very slowly, and the sensor would pick you up and give you a green light. I don't see any green light, but I couldn't have gone any slower. Well, that flickered green just a second ago, so all right. So I've got to stick my little electronic card in here and let it read, and then do that again on the way out. Okay, well, I think that worked right. Printed out my ticket. They also give you a form that you're supposed to manually fill out, but I'll do all that here in a minute. I've got to stop and get my mud flaps off, my tarp rolled off, boots on, hard hat, all that stuff. So I'll get back to you in a second. Quick. Put my air back in. Here's the load right there. I did have to sweep some out. Went over it. Yeah, I probably spent 10 or 15 minutes kind of sweeping it, shoveling it out in a couple places, and mostly sweeping. But that's it right there, bauxite. So they handle all the paperwork up there in the scale office. So I'm just gonna pull up and get my tarp on, the mud flaps, gate closed, and go scale out. So it's Wednesday morning. I'm here in Byhalia, Mississippi. Got this load of what they call washed screenings from Charlotte, North Carolina. Yesterday morning, there it is. There's several of us Oakley trucks here now, so just waiting my turn. Already got my mud flaps off, my door open, tarp rolled off. All I gotta do is back in and dump. The fella here in front of me carrying the same load right there, and there's one that's in the process of dumping. You can see they got different products stored there in that warehouse. There's a fella right there finishing up. But that's what we're doing. The unloader fella said that all of us are dumping the same product, so it's just a matter of waiting. This will dump pretty good, pretty clean, but we'll have to, at least the last time I delivered this here, I did have to get in and sweep out. But it comes out pretty clean. All I'm expecting to have to do is go over it with the broom. So that's what we're doing. Don't know what's after this. Yesterday afternoon, when I talked to dispatcher Manuel, he said he didn't have a plan for me yet, but they got a lot of trucks here in Byhalia, Mississippi to find loads for, that's for sure. All right, folks. So I just pulled into this little fertilizer co-op. I'm in Lexington, Alabama. It's northern Alabama, just a few miles from the Tennessee southern border. So this fella here on the forklift is positioning the conveyor that I'm going to be unloading onto. Just thought I'd give you a shot of that. This place was kind of off the beaten path, I'll say. In fact, I drove past it. The directions they gave me were a couple of miles off. So I drove past it, had to go down the road and turn around, find a place to turn around, which took a few more miles. Just out in the country. Anyway, I'm getting positioned here, and I'll try to show you some of this if I can. So I'm backed into position here. You can get a layout of the property, but just started unloading. And I'll give you a shot of this. We got a nice conveyor system here. Here's the product, potash. I picked this up over near Nashville, and you can see it just takes it up and dumps it out in the back there. So that's it. Still got a lot to go. So that's how it works. What they do is they take these different fertilizers. They got urea over here, potash, different stuff, and they mix it to the farmer's specs, depending on what their soil needs, or the cattle rancher. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to call my dispatcher and see if he's got me a way out of here.